My name's Karen, and I have a book being published soon called Pilgrimage to Beauty. And in the book, I talk about my own spiritual journey to become a follower of Jesus. I talk about characteristics of God, and I talk about 14 women who encountered Jesus when he walked the earth. So it's meshed together in a book coming out soon. So today I'm going to talk about the first woman, the bleeding woman. I'm sitting up on my balcony and a lot of motorcycles are going by, so I'm hoping no motorcycles are going to go by while I'm talking and distracting me. So anyways, here goes. So the bleeding woman, it's a beautiful, beautiful story of this woman who encountered Jesus in a crowd. Now, her story was very touching and sad because she had been bleeding for 12 long years. And through those 12 long years, the only thing that had dried up was her finances. Nothing else had. So she said to herself, she heard Jesus was coming through town. If I can just touch the hem of his robe, I will be healed. Oh, such faith this woman had. So that's exactly what she did. She snuck into the crowd, and she shouldn't have been there because in those days, she was considered unclean. And anybody that came near her were also considered unclean. So for her to sneak in and do this, she was causing a lot of problems for those around her if they knew she was unclean. But it was her only option at this point. It had been 12 long years. So she touched the hem of his robe and he stopped. He was on the way to another engagement and crowds were around him, but he stopped at that moment and he asked in the crowd, "Who has touched me?" Well, the disciples were like, "What? We're in a crowd. Everyone's touching you, Jesus." But he said, "No, it's different. I felt power leave me. Somebody has touched me." So the little lady kind of fessed up, put her hand up and said it was me. And he said to her something so beautiful. He said, "Daughter, you are healed. Go in peace and freedom. Your faith has healed you." That's just so beautiful. So 3 things that really stand out to me is he called her his daughter. Wow. To be called God's daughter is something that a lot of us want to hear. The next thing is he did heal her physically. That was a miracle. And third is in front of the crowd, he returns her dignity to her by saying, "Daughter," calling her daughter, "your faith has healed you. Go in peace, go in freedom." He restored not only her health, but her dignity. And then her life has changed. It's a marvelous, wonderful story. And if you have been thinking, well, who bleeds for 12 years these days? It may not be our physical body, but it could be our very hearts that have been bleeding for 12 years over mourning or grieving or even through shame. We've been bleeding for 12 long years. And Jesus can come and change your life just like he did for that woman. Her life was never the same. He restored her life back to her. And Jesus can do the same for you just by saying yes, just by your yes, and inviting him in. So friends, I hope that that story has touched your heart. I know it touched my heart tremendously, and it still does, because I need healing all the time. So I'll leave you with the idea of this beautiful story, and I look forward to next time talking to you and introducing the next woman into your life. Until next time, bye for now.